My name is Nishay Kotari and I'm working as database consultant in Ashnik. I have around 10 years of experience as database administrator on multiple database technologies like PostgreSQL, Oracle, and Microsoft SQL Server. As we heard many times about the migration process, tools, and its challenges. So here I'm going to demonstrate the tools and the approach which makes your migration process smooth and quick. So in this session, I will share the information about the DDL extractor, assessment report, and correct way to fix the problems. I will also show the data migration as well. In this session, I will use EDB migration portal, CentOS, Oracle 12c, EDB, PostgreSQL, and EDB migration toolkit. I hope after the end of this, you will be able to perform migration and also get the enough knowledge. So let me show you the how you can perform migration. First of all, after logging into the migration portal, you need to download the EDB DDL extractor, which is useful to extract the DDL of Oracle DB objects. So now you can see that I have already downloaded here. So I'm going to upload this file into the Oracle server, home Oracle. And now I am going to execute this file. Okay, so now I'm going to connect my Oracle database. And now I'm going to execute this DDL extractor. So now when you execute things, it will ask for the schema. So here I'm mentioning the name of the schema which we are planning to migrate from Oracle to Enterprise DB PostgreSQL. So now I have mentioned the OT. Based on your environment, if you have a more than one schema, you can also use mention by separating comma. Now it will ask for a location of this file. So I mentioned home Oracle. After that, it will ask for the dependent object. So based on your environment, you can use yes or no option. Here I'm sure my schema don't have any dependency with other schemas, so I'm mentioning no. Now you can see that the extraction is started and we need to wait until finish this. So now you can see on the screen that successfully execution is done. Now I need to download this file. I need to upload this file to migration portal for the schema assessment. So now I have to create a one project. I give a webinar. Based on your application interface which you are using, you have to select default is JDBC, source Oracle 12c, Enterprise DB 12. Now need to choose the file. So this is the file which I have recently downloaded. You would like to add prefix IDX and for indexes, you can choose add and you can check mark here. Otherwise, you can leave it. Or here there's a description for your project. It is optional. So I'm going to click on the create and assess. So you can see that the webinar project is created and assessment is started. So now you can see that the assessment is completed successfully. So now let's see the assessment report first. So this is the summary. You can see the summary here. First of all, you can see here that the name of the project, source database version, target database version, then a summary. I have migrated. I want to migrate only one schema, so I have extracted one schema only. Number one schema is one. Total number of object 43, 3 pass, 34 failed, 6 is failed, 34 is repair, and 6 is failed. So our overall 86% is a compatibility, which is a really good figure. Here you can see that. Now you can see that the bar is divided into the three colors. So let's start with the green color, which indicates the pass objects, means the object don't require any modification, any manual modification, or you can say any manual efforts to migrate. Now the major area is covered by the light green color, which is known as repair object, which are repaired by the repair handler, which is available inside the migration portal. And the last part is the red part, which is indicates the failed object. And here our manual effort is required to fix this. If you further scroll down, you can see the information about the failed objects and also with the reason as well. And you can also see the information about the repair handler, what repair handler actually is doing in the migration portal. So now let's move to the fix the problem of the failed objects. So you can click here. Okay, so you can click, let's fix the first views. So this one, backlog. Okay, so here you can see that the error is syntax error near here. So here I have used the extract function for this particular thing, and so I have to use a proper alias. So alias is missing here. So reassess is the so here you can fix your failed object and you can check whether your fix is correct or not. So you can click on the reassess. So now you can see here it is success. So my fix is correct. Now let's move to the NVL view. So this is a view which is created for NVL test table. So in Oracle, generally NVL function can have argument with different data types, but in Enterprise DB Postgres, you must add explicit typecast to have correct data types. So let me fix it. So actually on a actual table, NVL test is there. You can see the three columns, marks 1, marks 2, marks 3. So marks 1 and marks 3 is in a number data types, but marks 2 is in a float data types. So if it is in Oracle, definitely it will be considered as a numeric and it will allow us to perform your operation. But in Enterprise DB PostgreSQL, you have to perform the typecast. So I will make it a number, this particular data types. Okay, so let me reassess this one. So you can see that it is also fixed. If I click on a refresh tree, so currently the project compatibility ratio is 86%. Let me click on this. Now it is 90%. So now let's move to this function, fix the function. So here you can see the reason for failure is incompatible function or package found utl_i18n. So this is the Oracle proprietary function actually, so which is useful to perform the encryption and decryption. But in Enterprise DB, you can get the same result, but in a different function with the different function name, which is the name of that function is the encode and decode. So here, let's fix first the encryption. So here you can see there's the error here. So utln underscore in string to row will convert your string human readable to encryption. So here you have to use decode, and you have to fix this one as well. Now it is fixed. So for this one is encode. It will convert your encrypted string to human readable format. See, now it is also fixed. Now let's move to the issue in the constraints. So you can see the constraints. Okay, so here the constraints is related to the warehouse ID. Okay, so here you can see that the foreign key constraints are failed due to data types mismatch because the parent table have big integer data types, which is for the ID column created by the sequence. And in child table, they have number data types. So now let's fix this problem first. So here's a warehouse table. Okay, so inventories is a table name, warehouse ID, and this one is a product ID. Inventories table. So I'm changing the data types to big int, and also from here as well, big int. Okay, so now let me fix this one as well. See, now my compatibility ratio will also increase. Currently is 97, and after this now is 100%. So my entire OT schema is 100% compatible for migration. Now I'm going to download this file and perform the schema restoration on my Enterprise DB PostgreSQL. Okay, so file is downloaded successfully. So let me download this file and okay, so it is done. Okay, so now I already have installed Enterprise DB on my another server. So let me connect to the database. So here you can see that there is no OT schema, not OT database, even don't have OT user, even don't have. So now I'm going to create first OT user. So my user and database both are created. So we can verify this user and database. Now I'm going to connect OT user, OT database with OT user. So you can see there is no table, no functions, no views as well. So now let me, okay. So before start restoring, I need to upload this file, the downloaded file, to my Enterprise DB directory. It is there. So I can start this restoration. See, you can see that the schema restoration is completed successfully. Now I'm moving towards to the data migration. So data migration, for that you need to install migration toolkit using yum install edb hyphen migration toolkit. Once you install, then you can see the necessary files inside the migration toolkit, and you need to modify the toolkit.properties file. Here you can see that this file is required the information about the source and target. So here I have to mention based on the Oracle environment, need to mention the details about the IP address, port number, and Oracle SID, username, and password. Same way for Enterprise DB PostgreSQL, username, password, host name, port number, and database name. All done. Once you save enter all the incorrect information, you can save it. Then move to the bin location. Over there you can execute run. Okay, here you can see that you can execute this file .run .mtk hyphen data only hyphen trunk load and schema name. So the data only option for migrate only data from Oracle to EDB Postgres, and trunk load will disable the referential integrity and also truncate the table before loading the data. So let me execute this first. So my data migration is started and it's finished as well. So now I'm going to connect again to my OT database. You can see the select. Okay, so I have total, this particular table have 320 rows. I'm going to check in Oracle side as well. See, so there is data migration is also completed successfully. But here I would like to say that the failed object related errors that are not limited to that only which I have shown in the demo. There are various errors you might get, like merge statement, global temporary tables, and many more. If you are migrating Oracle to community PostgreSQL, then a lot of challenges will come, like anvil function not supported, very complex and time consuming migration for JSON data. If your Oracle have if Oracle table have a JSON data, unavailability of UTL SMTP to send emails, so you need to write manual code or need to depend on the tools. So that's it from my end. Thank you very much.